Hey everybody, it's Angie from Color Tree Creations. Going to super quick just do a little bit of a start for you guys. I know I said that I would do a journal cover tutorial on how I make a cover out of a bag. That is going to have to be put off for a couple more days before I start that, just so I can make the room available on my desk for me to get my sewing machine in this area, because right now, see this tape? This is as wide as I can get a shot of, and my sewing machine is as wide as this is, so there's no room for sewing, so you guys won't be able to see what I'm doing unless you don't want to see the sewing part. You know, if you're fine with me just saying, okay, this is how I took it apart, this is how I'm going to glue it, because I've got a beautiful bag and it is paper, not shiny paper, it's paper. On one side it has some like foiling on it, but it's still on the inside, feels like regular paper, so it's not shiny or slick. So the glue should stick to it. So anybody who doesn't have a sewing machine should be able to do this. So I guess maybe I'll do that. I'll do a real quick tutorial on how I do the journals, and I just won't glue, or I'll only glue. I just won't do the sewing part. And then if you have a machine, you just do it the same way, minus, you know, you don't glue to the edges, you just sew around it. That's a good idea. See? On the fly thinking. But I wanted to show you guys real quick some of the things that I've got coming up. I'm working on a couple of journals right now. Also, I have this, I'm going to use these papers in an upcoming journal. This is some of that really huge ledger paper. It comes in that giant tome looking contraption. And then I've got these papers here I'm going to have to trim down. I don't know if I will coffee dye the ledger paper, but it's all going to go into this book. This book here was made using a tutorial by someone, and I can't remember her name offhand. I'm horrible with names, we all know that, or well, if you didn't, you know now. And so what I did was I just took a regular old book cover, you know, like, hang on a second, I'll show you. Like this. It's just an empty book cover. Oops, that has styrofoam in it. And I covered this book with cotton fabric. What I did was I took the spine and put some paper towel roll in it. After I cut it to size, I glued that in. Then I took some die cuts. These are all die cuts. Well, that's a little tiny butterfly punch. And then this thing here come from Walmart. You can go over to Walmart, and I think they're 88 cents or $1.88. I don't remember. But it's a bag, a small bag of 4x4 squares, and they've been die cut. The insides and the stencil. It's a stencil. You can either stencil using the inside pieces or the outside pieces. If I get a chance, I'll show them to you. Anyway, so I'm going to, what I did was I glued it together. I cut out two pieces, glued it together, sanded it down a little bit around the edges if there was any, you know, overhang so that it wouldn't show through so bad on the cover. Then I glued everything down. Then I glued some strips of thin cardboard on here. I think next time I'm going to use twine. It would look more authentic. But anyway, after all that dried, then I took and put, this is cotton fabric, and I glued it over all of it. And that noise you hear is this paper. I didn't trim it well enough. It's kind of loose in there, but it's rubbing up against that. It's not ripping or breaking. It's just catching, like, yeah. Anyway, so after I got the fabric all glued on, I took my bone folder and some ends of my paint brushes, and I also have some nail tools, dotting tools, and I just went in there like this and rubbed it all in and made sure that it was in all the crevices. And then once that was done, and I did use Mod Podge. I don't use it often, but I used it on this. Because I used it to glue something, not to seal something. It doesn't work very well as a sealer. Like if I Mod Podge something, I make sure that I seal over it with another sealer to make sure that it stays right, like doesn't get sticky. Let's see. And then what did I do? Oh, I painted it, and then I took a nail file. I got some of them, the big thick nail files. You get them like 2 for $1 at the dollar store. And I went over all the edges. And then once I did that, because the fabric was white, I took some cream colored chalk pastels, and I went around the edges and stuff here and there to kind of give it a distressed look even more. And what I'm waiting to do with this now is I'm going to seal it with an acrylic sealer. But I want to decide what I'm doing to it first, if I'm going to put anything down, because it's matte, you know, the sealer. So anyway, and then I'm going to use a couple of these pages. Sometimes I mess up when I print. I don't know anybody who doesn't. So I'm going to take some of Lindsay's stuff from her journal kit, Country Piece. It's at Nevermore Creations on Etsy. Nevermore Creations 17 is the name of her Etsy store. And she has beautiful images. She has distressed oxide tag, printables, all kinds of stuff. She has, yeah, just lots of goodies. Go check her out. But I'm going to take some of her stuff that's left over from the journal kit that I did when I was part of her guest design team. And then I've got these images, or images, they're not images, they're scrapbook paper. I mean, they have images on them. But anyway, there's 6 pages, all different, you know, colors and stuff. And while some of them are dark, I can use those pages. Pardon me. My sinuses are driving me crazy. I've got a dry mouth, dry throat. Anyway, I'm going to take some of these pages, and this one I won't have to worry about so much. But I'm going to take and use these, I think, for the pages that I put my larger pockets and stuff like that on. Oh, and I'm going to do some of these, okay? I'm going to put 2 of them, 1 in each signature, I think. Because I think I'm going to do 2 signatures of 12 pages, 11 or 12. All this is I took a book, gutted it, pulled it apart. This was a book by Lori Copeland called Brides of the West. And it's like the story of 4 different women, each told from their point of view as they come to America. And it's a faith-based book, but at least this way I know there's not going to be cuss words and other things, you know, that should offend too many people. But all this is a book page. I folded it in half and inked around both halves, and then just flipped it over and did the same thing, turned it over and inked. And then I took some of the book pages, and I can get about 4 of these torn pieces out of one of these pages. I just tore down the sides and across the top and bottom, and made them to where I knew that they could fit on the page, inked around them and glued them on. I layered some of them. And then the thing is I leave them like this. I don't have all of them done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I have 9 done. But the thing is with these, you can put any of your decorations on here. Like, this could be anything. You could put Christmas decorations. You could put, I don't have anything on my desk because I was cleaning it off. Anyway, you can put all that kind of stuff in there. And, or on there. And this could literally be for any type of journal that you wanted it to be. So, those are so cool. That's what I've been working on when I've been sitting upstairs watching TV or hanging out with the kiddos. So, yeah, I'm going to use some images from this book here, this bird book. This is just a heads up. I'm just showing you guys what I'm gonna start, because I feel really bad. I haven't made a video, and I always post my videos to my YouTube channel, which tomorrow I have a Wednesday freebie to release. So you guys go check it out, see if it's something you want. Don't worry, I'm not going to get my feelings hurt if nobody downloads it, because I'm pretty sure, or saves it. There's no way for me to tell if somebody's clicked on my image and saved it. But I do make sure that everything is in 300 megapixels per inch, however MPI, pixels per inch. Anyway, I make sure it's at 300, so that you are getting a quality digital image. Because sometimes I lose the file on my computer. I'm working on that. I have so many files on my computer. My computer is old. Like, almost as old as my middle child old. And my middle child is been in school for a few years. So, if that tells you anything. Yeah, so that is hopefully going to get replaced at tax time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a separate portable hard drive for my business stuff for Color Tree Creations. But anyway, I digress. I'm all over the place. The reason why I said that was because sometimes I lose my own files, like I can't find them, but I'm like, I know that was a Wednesday freebie, so I go straight to my Wednesday freebies and download it, and then I can see what it was named and try to remember that. I'll download it, print it, and then delete it delete the one I just copied, and then try to make a mental note. This image, set is named blah 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 blah. So hopefully I can work out a better system of doing that. I'm a hodgepodge of confused and dazed some days, but anywho, so I'm gonna try to get you guys your Wednesday freebies in the morning if I can remember to do it. Otherwise, please forgive me. It might be 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'll try to get to it. We do homeschool, so sometimes I get distracted by things. And anywho, I'm going to tea-dye these pages and cut them down to size. I already have some of this other stuff set up. I will come back tomorrow or the next day with another video showing you where I go from the tea dye. I've picked out, you've seen my images, what I'm going to use. You've seen my my cover. This is it. I'm going to use some tea dye coffee paper. I'm going to use doilies. Use a couple of these. I'm going to use banners. So I make them up ahead of time. And this is only half of them. The rest of them are waiting to be inked. So I'll probably use 2 sets of these banners. And then I like to do one for each thing that I do. I might do, because I have some green of this, I might do a pocket made out of burlap sewn on. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, vintage and what do you call it? It's not just botanical, flora and fauna, essentially. That's what I will be doing this book in. So I'll show you how I get there. Yeah. So sorry for not showing up for a while, but yeah, I was a little busy with Black Friday sale and kids and the holidays, because we had 2 Thanksgivings this week, and pretty much, just doing the normal stuff. So I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.